Let's read some scripture, Holy Scripture. Genesis 18. In Genesis 17, God just formed the covenant with Abraham. And that's still very much valid today. God's promises, they don't go away, they just become greater. If you look at the sky, right, and you think, we are so small, what does anything matter? God's promises. That's the thing that matters. Genesis 18, the promise of a son. Then Adonai appeared to him at Mamre's large trees while he was sitting in the entrance of his tent during the heat of the day. When he lifted up his eyes to see, suddenly 3 men were standing right by him. When he saw them, he ran from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed down to the ground. Then he said, "My lord, if now I have found favor in your eyes, please do not pass by your servant. Please let a little water be brought so you can wash your feet and make yourself comfortable under the tree. And let me bring a bit of bread so that you can refresh yourselves. Then you can pass on. Since you have passed by your servant," they said, "do just as you have said." I've seen a kind of vision, which is like a special dream that didn't really feel like a dream. And you wake up from them at the right time, remembering what you need to remember. I saw this vision of 3 men. I've probably told this before. 3 men speaking, and it sent ripples throughout time. It affected the present, the future, and the past. The prophecies of the past. This is like through faith, God affects the whole of time. That's how it made sense to me. It was a really meaningful vision for me. Okay, where are we? So Abraham hurried into the tent of Sarah and said, "Quick, knead 3 measures of fine flour and prepare bread loaves." Then to the herd Abraham ran and took a young ox, tender and good, and he gave it to the servant, who prepared it quickly. Does Abraham think these are angels that appeared? Oh, yeah. Then Adonai appeared to him at Mamre's large trees. When he lifted up his eyes to see, 3 men were standing right by him. Yeah. That's interesting. Then he took butter and milk and the young ox that he had prepared and set it before them while he was standing by them under the tree. They ate. Then they said to him, Where is Sarah, your wife?" "There in the tent," he said. Then he said, "I will most surely return to you in about a year's time. Surprisingly, Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in years. Sarah had stopped having the way of women. So Sarah laughed to herself, saying, "After I've grown decrepit, can I have desire, and my Lord so old?" Then Adonai said to Abraham, "Why is that Sarah laughed, saying, 'Can I really give birth when I am so old?' Is anything too difficult for Adonai? At the appointed time I will return to you in about a year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah denied it, saying, "I didn't laugh," for she was afraid. But he said, "No, for you did laugh." Inside herself. What was it? In her heart? So Sarah laughed to herself. Yeah. This Sarah is kind of an interesting character. Abraham intercedes. Then the men got up from there and looked down over Sodom. Abraham was walking with them to send them off. And Adonai said, "Should I keep secret from Abraham what I am about to do, seeing that Abraham will most certainly become a great and mighty nation, and in him all the nations of the earth will be blessed." "For I have made myself known to him so that he will command his sons and his household after him to keep the way of Adonai by doing righteousness and justice, so that Adonai may bring upon Abraham what he has spoken about him." Then Adonai said, "The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great indeed, and their sin is very grievous indeed. I remember there was some weird sin, like it was hospitality, I think, that they didn't get right. Was it Sodom that didn't get it right? Or Gomorrah? Maybe both of them. There was some kind of a story that was so evil. It had to do with peace, I think. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put the story here. It started to rain. I want to go down now and see if they deserve destruction, as its outcry has come to me, and if not, I will know. Then the men turned from there and went towards Sodom, but Abraham was still standing before Adonai. Abraham drew near and said, "Will you really sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city. Will you really sweep away and not spare the place for the sake of 50 righteous who are in it?" I remember this part. He's trying to negotiate, but God already knows. "Far be it from you to do such a thing, to cause the righteous to die with the wicked, so that the righteous and the wicked share the same fate. Far be it from you, shall the judge of the whole world not exercise justice?" Then Adonai said, "If I find in Sodom 50 righteous people within the city, I will spare the whole place for their sake." Then Abraham answered and said, "Look, pray, I have decided to speak to my Lord, though I am dust and ashes. Suppose the 50 righteous people are lacking 5. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5? And he said, "I will not destroy it if I find 45 there." So he spoke to him yet again and said, "Perhaps 40 will be found there." And he said, "I will not do it for the sake of the 40. Then he said, "Please, let my Lord not be angry, so I may speak. Perhaps 30 will be found there." And he said, "I will not do it if I find 30 there." Then he said, "Look, pray, I have decided to speak to my Lord. Perhaps 20 will be found there." And he said, "I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Then he said, "Please, let not my Lord be angry, so I may speak once more. Perhaps 10 will be found there." And he said, "I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. Now when he had finished speaking to Abraham, Adonai left, and Abraham returned to his place. The next chapter is about Sodom and Gomorrah. Were there any righteous people there? Was Lot the only one? And then something happened to that also? Well, next time. Yeah, I want to relax a little bit. I just finished cycling. I'm glad I made my tent up, put it up before the rains came and swept away. God bless you guys.